Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you to everybody that's listening to us on TuneIn. We appreciate those folks that have pulled out their smartphones, tablets, and Apple iPhones and all that stuff. You're listening to us on your streamer app and TuneIn app. You've pulled up www.legacyinternetradio.com. We appreciate you. Special thank you to those folks that took the time out to find us on YouTube. You're listening to the replays now. Down in the future, so we appreciate that. Rejoining us on the live line, I have the opportunity to appropriately introduce her. In the last segment, you heard from her. She's my cousin Terry, and she's rejoining the show right now. I had her call in a few minutes ago because she just had to get in on that story, but she's going to join us here the next segment or two to Big Rube segment here, the roundtable. I don't know why I'm stumbling on my words here, but Terry, you back with us?
I'm right here.
All right, good deal. Big Rube, you ready to lead us in the round table? I don't know if there's any round table music or anything, but why don't you share with the new listeners what the round table is and what it is that we're about to do? You, me, Melissa P, and Cousin Terry.
Big Rube, I think your intro music should be like some Chippendales or some Magic Mike, some tassel twisting music,
I mean, Chris Farley did it, so I could too, I guess.
Wow.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. He was cooler than you, too.
No, he wasn't.
Not as sexy.
Except that, when he was on his boat, down by the river, and smashed the table.
No one knows that, but
you don't. Yep, because you don't watch good TV.
All right.
Okay. So, this is a round table headed by Big Roo. What was up? What's up, Cousin
Now
Terry?
we got that out of the way.
Yeah, now we got that out of the way.
See, there, everybody trying to, get up in. But it's okay. So, it's Big Roo's round table. We're going to talk about a couple things that has happened in this world and anything I just feel like talking about. And as Marcus J said, this is my segment. I run this segment. I do what needs to be done. I say what needs to be said. And I always have the final say on everything.
No, you don't. This is a
segment. I repeat.
It's a segment. It's not a show.
I repeat.
It's a segment.
I always have the final say on everything in this segment.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy here.
Okay, now that we've got that out.
I know, right?
Hey, don't find out the hard way now.
I mean, you can do what you want.
Oh,
Ratings will
God.
fall.
All right.
Big Rube is in the house now.
Okay.
So, well, apparently, there's this thing called water wasting. I don't know. We don't experience this here on the East Coast, but apparently on the left coast, they experience this thing called water wasting, more so in California. And you know what? Nobody is immune to water wasting. All right? So, apparently, Kylie Jenner, because somehow she has a $3 million house in California by herself.
Kylie Jenner.
Of course.
Hold on.
Okay.
Her boyfriend, Tiger, who waited till she was 18 before they came out, said we were dating for years. David Hasselhoff, the German #1 singer, David Hasselhoff, and even Dr. Dre have been slapped with fines for water usage. Really? Now, apparently on the East Coast, we take water usage for granted because, they just can't use water. So basically, California residents, including celebrities, because we got to make sure we include them because that's where the money at, are allowed 15 minutes of outdoor water use 2 days a week. What? Are you kidding me? So basically, you said I can't even water my grass, or I have to water on 2 days, and they only got 15 minutes for a whole week. So I got to do 7.5 one day, 7.5. Craziness. And you know what? If they do it, they get fined, yo. They get fined $100
For wasting water.
for wasting water. Cousin Terry, water wasting, really? $100? I mean, do they really care about the water in California or what?
Well, my first thing is, doesn't California sit right on the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, didn't I read something a few years ago that because of mudslides and all of that, California was slipping into the ocean?
Something like that. They got a couple of faults out there that with the correct
Well, put the celebrities on the fault and let them slip and fall. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, really? Water wasting?
I mean, it's hot out there in California.
And then from a celebrity standpoint, for real, if I paid $58.7 billion for some land, then I'm gonna do what I want to do on the land. If I want to water my grass, I'm gonna water my grass. But they're right there on the ocean. Figure out a way to get the money from the ocean into California or something. But I don't know. It just, and then you also have to look at, are they in slum neighborhoods? Like, are the people around them paying more for their water bill than the average person?
I mean, I guess, but you know what got me was the $100 fine. And
I mean, if it's going to be unfair, if there are people who are really, really impoverished and they're being charged these hundreds of dollars for water bills and all of that stuff, then okay. If you can afford to water your land, then water your land. Dig a hole in the bottom of California and bring the water in. That's probably what they're doing. But I think I'm pretty much over the Kardashians and anything that has to do with them.
I hear you. Hakeem,
yeah, so they could shrivel up like the land around them, and I probably wouldn't care.
Cool. Hakeem heads up. He said $100 ain't enough. Water is not a renewable resource, and they don't have any. And he also shouts out, "SY, what's up, SY?" I mean, yeah, I think that's the thing that got me, Cousin Terry. They really love this water stuff, but like $100. If I just bought a crazy $1 million house, you think I give a damn about $100? Fine. Oh, I'm sorry. And if it don't, it could jump up to $500. Oh my God! I pay $500 a day in electricity. You're not gonna find me $500 and make me care. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna keep on moving. I'm not gonna say that water is a completely renewable resource. There are things that we can do naturally, you know, from an environmental standpoint, but I won't unleash the inner nerd in me. But it's just, you know, if it's something that they can afford and they have like recyclable water systems in their house and things like that, there are so many other unimportant things in the world to worry about. But them and their water, if they can afford it, knock yourself out.
Said is listening to it. Said says that salt water is not the same as regular water.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying too about as far as the water in the Pacific. But I don't know like how recently or where you got this from, Big Rube, but you know they've been having a lot of fires in California. So that's probably tying into it, you know, as far as the water that they have to use, you know, to try to put out the 5 billion acres that's on fire right now.
True.
And, you know, just like,
I mean,
just like
come on, water from a Kardashian pool is not going to help whatever fires are going on in California right now. It was posted on August 30th, the one that I just looked at. But I'm just saying, I mean, if you really think about it, it might be a lot of Kardashians or whatever, but whatever water they have recycling through their house, it's not going to put the fires out. That's just like saying banning matches because a match might have caused a fire.
Shout out to our sister Michelle K. Michelle K is listening. She says, "What's up to everybody in the crew?"
K.
What's up, Michelle? What's up,
Tell
Michelle
your mommy
K.
I said hello.
Hakeem is still listening. He's saying there is not more important things in the world to worry about. We are running out. No life can live without water, is what he's saying. So I think the point he's making is eventually we need to care. About that.
I mean, that's just like here, you know, when it's too hot and we have a drought, you know, usually we're on water restrictions. So I don't think it's any different.
Yep, I've seen it here as well.
Yeah, I guess in California it's all the time.
I think with me, I mean, my thing on it is I'm not moved by it because it's in California. That's the first thing. With all due respect to the folks in California, I mean, we have an East Coast bias. That's, if you're a sports fan, you know what that means. It's an East Coast bias, and Ruben, of course, is doing the West Side thing, and it was really weird that he was doing this, like, he was just kind of looking like Chunk from the Goonies just now. I don't know what that was about.
Shout out if you know what the Goonies is.
Yeah, if you know what Chunk doing the truffle shuffle from the Goonies, that's what Ruben just looked like just now. But yeah, as far as the water,
truffle shuffle, that just made me feel uncomfortable.
The truffle shuffle there, Big Ruben, and please don't. Oh, good grief!
That was like so.
It was so
that was
disturbing.
Such a turn on just now.
No, it really
I could have
wasn't.
looked your belly button just now.
No, Ruben just flashed his Ruben.
I've never heard that before,
and that's just very disturbing. Ain't no at Steppin Marcus J. Rube.
All right. Next thing.
I'm so glad I missed all of that.
Yeah, it's one of those things you got to be there.
No, I'm good. Pineapples. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, there ain't no video on that.
Not yet.
So
Michelle K says that she'll tell Mom.
Thank you.
You said shout out to her.
So, you know how we have a lot of generic medication out there for the real expensive stuff. Like you have a whole bunch of stuff I learned this year. Like if you need something for like Claritin, you can get the cheap Claritin, or if you got like
it's just called Claire.
Yeah. The generic stuff.
Yeah.
Well, now, word on the street is they got fake Viagra.
Oh, good grief.
So,
they got what? Fake Viagra?
Fake Viagra.
Fake Viagra.
So,
first of all, before you go on, I like to get these comments in as they come in. Said his eyes is burning and he ain't even see it. Okay, fake Viagra.
So, apparently, there are people out there who the people who basically make the cheap stuff, they're making fake Viagra now. So if you see anything that's basically like, Viagra is like real, for like, well, I guess I need to be real honest.
Be politically correct.
I did, yeah. But no, it's not even that. Viagra's expensive. It's like $20 a pill.
And how do you know, Rube?
Because I know people who got it.
Oh, he has
So
a
you
friend that has it.
discussed that.
He has a friend. He has a friend.
Yeah, I got a friend who has it.
He has a
Okay,
friend that
I
has
can dig
I
it.
got your friend. But so it's like $20 a pill. But apparently, online you can get that joint for like $5 a pill.
Okay.
Which means that
Sounds unsafe.
it's very unsafe. I mean, it's even to the point where you could catch something you didn't thought you had if you get the fake stuff, and
STD.
And Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, they are the leading person. They're the leading people who do like all your medication.
Yes, Pfizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
78 counterfeit medications, Pfizer medications, in 109 countries. Yo, my question to you, and I'll start with Marcus J. Is it really worth it to get the cheap stuff?
Let me say it to you like this. If we're talking about cheap ketchup, I can get cheap ketchup.
Uh-huh.
But if we're talking about cheap toilet paper, I can't get cheap toilet paper. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you Angel Soft? You're an Angel Soft type of dude?
I'm not getting into.
But
the
it ain't
brands.
the Food Line brand.
I'm not getting into the brands. All I'm saying is
Great value.
Yeah. All I'm saying is it ain't got to be Texas Pete, as long as it's hot sauce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Hellman's, as long as it's mayonnaise. But my toilet paper has to be the good stuff. That's so you
gonna pay the extra $2?
I'm gonna pay the extra couple of dollars to make sure that I don't have priapism.
Okay, yeah, because my thing is, so with the real Viagra, you obtain a full erection. So with the fake
That's what they say.
Viagra, do you get to erectile dysfunction?
No, I think what it is, it doesn't achieve for as long.
Which that's what it's supposed to help you with.
Like you may get a half a joint, but it may be for the 4 hours that they say you get it. Whereas the real stuff will give you the
So
Cha-ching.
that means I have to look at the man's penis frowning at me because he's taking a fake Viagra. So being that he's not at attention, it's kind of like a
Or maybe what it is it's that attention instead for 4 hours. It's only attention for 30 minutes.
Can we unleash the nerds?
Go for it.
Can I give you the nerd standpoint of it?
Sure.
All right. From a nerd standpoint, Viagra is a brand name, like Levi's. Levi's created a pair of jeans, and they use a certain particular cotton, and the cotton works a certain way, and it bends a certain way, and they put the name Levi's on it. They have the patent on the name Levi's for so many years. And it doesn't have to be Levi's, it could be anything else. But a company can hold a patent on something where this is what we're going to create, this is what we're going to make, and this is what makes our product better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. So when you get into all of the generics of it all, it's the same product, just not with the same amount of potency. And so I think that's where that part comes in. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes you also may have to look at, because I am Terry and I always have to have a joke, sometimes ain't no amount of medication going to make you want whoever you with, you know, but it does boil down to when you get into the generics, and I've got some more, but when you get into the generics and the name brand stuff, you know, you can have a burger, it's a burger. But some people prefer McDonald's over Wendy's. So sometimes the generic stuff, it does what it's supposed to do, but just not what you want it to do. You might want to look at your partner.
Wow.
Hurt my feelings.
It hurt your feelings. So I guess you are that friend.
No, I'm not that friend. I mean, I hurt my feelings for somebody else. Yo,
yeah.
$20 a pill.
$20 a pill.
Shout out to my Nicholson family. Aunt Francine said real people do real things.
Oh, word. She's listening.
Wow.
Tell her Aunt Francine we said thank you. Well, she's listening. I can tell her myself. Aunt Francine, thank you so much for listening to Cousin Terry on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. And if this is Terry, if this is the Arlington people, let her know. I grew up right down the street from them. So
exactly, yes, those are Arlington people.
Yeah, so shout out to Jersey City. All right, Big Root.
Now, the other thing is make sure you don't buy anything online, because they're basically saying 50% of the people who sell you drugs online is fake. So don't buy online.
It's on the Walmart and Target and all of the side places. You feel me, Ru?
I'm just letting you know. You know, what you buy online, you might not get what you bought. You might get something else. Whereas, you know, if you get it from the doctor, you might get a better chance of making sure it's real. But, you know, it is what it is on that.
You're paying for name.
Yeah,
you're still going to pay for a name brand only until their patents expire. And then once their patents expire, they could be offering you the same product, and because of laws and regulations, you're now able to see the side effects that, like, you watch a commercial for a drug right now, and they'll be like, here, take this little brown pill, and you're going to take this brown pill to help your respiratory problems, but one of the side effects is death.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you may breathe better, but here's the side effect. But realistically, that's always been the side effect, but because this company obtained the patent or the trademark to put that drug out, they have the choice to not tell you that.
Right.
And so it really is the same thing. These could have always been the side effects. Don't let money cloud your mind. Just because you pay more for it doesn't mean that it's a different product.
Now, I can dig you, especially when you're talking about name brand, because, again, going back to my little corny analogy, name brand to me in a T-shirt don't matter. Name brand to me on underwear that go on my ass, that matters. So, you know, you got to be, you know, and it really does depend on the individual. I mean, you know, whatever your personal preferences are with regards to where you'll be willing to settle for less than the best name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But do we give into the name part of it? Like, if somebody says, this is Viagra, okay, this is Viagra. They give you a little blue pill, it's Viagra. But then a couple of years later, after the Viagra patent wears out, I have a little blue pill, and I call it Viagra.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Viagra. It's like Viagra, but they have the same ingredients in it. It's like when you go back and look at the ingredients and go back to look at the underlying laws and regulations, that this may be getting off on a whole nother subject. My bad, but it is what it is. Unleash the nerds. You can have the same ingredients, but it's the legal thing, almost like copyright on music.
Right.
Like I could go out and put music out that has a sample from Beethoven right now. I don't have to pay Beethoven's family because he's been gone 175 years. However, if they put some regulations on Viagra that says I can't use the name or the likeness or tell anybody what the ingredients are for the next 175 years, at 176 years, I can say I got Viagra, same ingredients. And then I'm going to charge you $10 less.
Just as a side note, Viagra was created not for male dysfunction, sexual dysfunction, but anybody know what it was created for?
Nope.
No.
It was created for heart problems. Viagra at its core is heart medicine.
Nice.
Yeah, because
It
it was for people
heart.
for the blood flow.
Gotcha.
Big rope.
All right, we're going to do one more before we go into our next break. So, you know that time when you found out something that you probably shouldn't have found out because somebody did something that you didn't expect them to do? Yeah, a couple weeks ago, a whole bunch of people found out about Ashley Madison. A lot of people found out
Wow.
that, your people up in there, you were probably using that Viagra. Because, I mean, let's just be honest. If you're on that, you're probably keeping up for a whole bunch of people. So, real talk. And we're going to start with, we're gonna start with Lissa P on this one. So, Lissa P, if you found out your significant other was on that Ashley Madison site when they put all that stuff through, what you gonna do?
What am I gonna do? Well, before I tell you what I'm gonna do, I want to give a shout out to my lovely Miss Candace. Thanks, Candace, for listening. I hope you can chime in. If you want to, you can give us a call, just like everybody else out there, Legacy Internet Radio, at 804-402-2893. Again, 804-402-2893. We are now in the round table with Big Rube. And to get to Big Rube's question, if I found out that my significant other was on Ashley Madison, which we know that is a cheating website, for men who are married and want to go outside of their marriage.
Not all of it, but I understand.
Okay, yeah, well, whatever. Let's see. What would I do? I probably wouldn't have to do too much of anything because therefore the proof is in the pudding, and I would get my checks a month. I would go ahead and set up my appointment at the dealership to get my new ride.
So you take it for everything he's worth?
Yeah, it wouldn't even be any... we wouldn't have to have any discussion. As you know, some of our political leaders here in Richmond were supposedly, found out or, snitched out on that site. So I guess, again, what are they going to do? I mean, you can do nothing but either admit it or not. And if they have enough transactions to show where you did versus you did not, then, again, I guess to each his own. I would just go ahead and get...
But what if he said he was just up there trying to meet friends?
What? So, again...
the looks I just got
I don't know if you actually, were able to look at the website, but it tells you at the beginning what that website is for. So it doesn't say, welcome to Ashley Madison. This is where you just meet friends just to say hello and to talk. This says if you want to cheat on your woman... click here.
Hold on. Women also get on that site too. Let's just be real.
Put your PayPal number in here, and it's gonna go down. So but again, I just go ahead and settle and be like, do your thing. What are you gonna do?
Cousin Terry.
Again, my hero. I got my shea butter and I got my lawyer's number on.
Jerry, we packing up.
Wow, you wouldn't even let them talk about it?
Say what?
You wouldn't let them even talk about it?
There's
hey,
nothing
baby,
to talk about.
Yo.
What the hell do you mean talk about? Number one, if you feel like you want to go cheat on me, then we should have came into this and we should have said that we were going to have a polyamorous relationship.
Ooh.
I don't cheat.
They can only do that in Utah.
Do it, I'm going to do it. Okay, look, find my profile on Ashley Madison. If yours is out there, then either I'm about to put mine out here, we both about to be out here, or no, there is no other conversation. Like even the Duger kid has his wife thinking that something was her fault. No, you're a dummy. If you want to go on Ashley Madison and you want to be out there in the street, be out there in the street. There was a dude who caught his wife cheating, and he actually walked the wife and the man out into the middle of the street. Literally. And naked as the day they came in. I don't disagree with him. If that's what you want to do and you want to disrespect me, disrespect our marriage.
I saw that. I saw that.
What happened there?
He came home and he found her, you know, in bed with somebody else, and I think he had a gun on them, and he paraded them outside the house. He basically kicked her out with all she had on, which was nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. So you know, Ashley Madison. I mean,
Marcus.
I mean, it's Ashley Madison. That's cold blooded, and the hackers, huh?
Dummy, go there to begin with. If you're gonna go, and if you don't have enough intelligence not to put all your personal information out on a website like that,
yeah, you get what you get.
Well,
then you get what you get. You deserve that. That guy who walked his wife and that dude out.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You get what you get?
Well, hold on. And I'm not defending anybody. However, you know, it took some really good hackers to get into the Ashley Madison site. It's not like they just pushed a couple buttons and they were up in this piece, because they won't.
And Ashley Madison should have done it better. They made a guarantee that they would protect people's information.
Well, yeah, and also what happened now is they could possibly be sued due to...
Well, they have already been sued by a bunch of people in Canada. I think they're based in Canada.
Yeah, based in Canada.
And they've already been sued.
So it's like...
It could be.
I mean, I'm not saying that they right. I'm just basically saying that, is that 100% their fault? So you think they should have just said, you know what, we going to shut the site down regardless of what we think you're going to do? I think they were screwed from the get-go.
No, I don't think they should shut it down, because it's a bunch of ignorant dummies out there who will keep going to the site. I think I read somewhere that their followers, or the people who subscribe to their site, has actually increased since the cyber hack happened. It's either people who are trying to hack them more, or people who were just pushed by the adrenaline.
Right, and
to the limit. You know what I mean?
Cousin Terry, let me ask you this. I feel that, and I know I'm going to get the side eye from the men too, and of course they can say the same thing about women, but I really feel that men, they have this thing where they're not going to get caught, and even if they do get caught, then we're still going to forgive them anyway. So look how many men do cheat on their wives or their significant others, and the original girl, main squeeze or what have you, once she finds out, either she gets upset and says that she wants to leave, but they come back. You know, look at the reality shows, how they portray black women, you know, of the things that, you know, we accept from these men. And like I said, I'm not male bashing or anything like that, but I just feel that half of these men, or all of the men, the women are going to be mad with them for a little while, but then they're just going to get back together. You know, a lot of these women aren't going to leave their homes or have their husbands leave just because they were on the website.
Well,
you know.
And I will throw this out there.
I kind of agree with you, but I'm going to throw it to you a different way, sis, for real. I'm going to throw it to you a different way. I believe that for every male member on that Ashley Madison website, there is a female member on that Ashley Madison website. It takes two people to cheat. So for every married man that's out there, there's a married woman that's out there. The things that we accept as women, sometimes not even just black women, we have made the choice to accept that. If a man came to you and said to you, I want to be in a polyamorous relationship, I want to go and see whoever I want to see, but I want to come home to you at night and I'm going to love you, but I'm going to still go out and grab me a side piece. Most women would be like, no, no, no. But then the man will go out and do it anyway, and then we call it cheating.
Right.
I mean, this Ashley Madison website, number one, I blame their IT developers. I don't necessarily blame the people who were on there. Their IT developers are crap. You know, but if you're dumb enough to, number one, if you're going to pay money, I want to have an affair with you, but I don't want you to tell anybody, then go to Amsterdam, find a prostitute.
Amsterdam.
And if you're going to be the person
why can't we just
on
go to
the
Vegas,
other side of that,
Shout out to Jefferson Davis, Richmond, Virginia.
Nuh-uh.
I mean,
You might catch him out that
money
piece.
and just be quiet. But the reality of it is, you know, if that's what you want to do, and I just want to be on Ashley, right? Ashley?
Ashley Madison.
Ashley. But I want to be on Ashley Madison because I want to be with my wife, get some strange.
Okay, my thing is,
be with my wife, then open up your relationship, have an open relationship. But if that's not what you're willing to do, then you accept the rules that come with being in a monogamous relationship. If you can't accept those rules, then you have to be able to accept the consequences of what will come to it. You know, and anybody that's going to get on a social network to try and find a piece of booty or whatever, then they're opening themselves up. Then shame on you. You know, I mean, that's how I feel about the whole Ashley Madison thing. I think it's hilarious. I think it is absolutely hilarious. That's what you get.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what you get. But in defense of my men, in defense of men,
okay,
men are not the only people on that Ashley Madison website.
No.
There are women out there in the same situations, and that's something that doesn't get addressed and probably should be, but that might be another show.
That's definitely another show.
Sorry about that, Rube. I didn't mean to.
It's all good. It's all good. We're going to go ahead and let's swipe this topic and go to a break. And we got more of the round table. Don't leave. You better stay because it's really about to get turned up in this piece.
And they don't have snacks, so just to let y'all know how
Really?
they do at,
Really?
you know, at the den.
I think you need to left
Legacy
swipe
Now.
that too.
Okay, left, right.
Hey, Terry, hold the line.
No
We're going
snacks.
to take a break, y'all, for about 5 minutes. Marcus J, Big Rube, Lissa P, and Cousin Terry. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Be back in a few minutes, y'all. Put your phone on mute so we don't hear your stuff. We'll be back in a few.
Got no stuff. Okay, maybe sound.